are you going right now? How is everything treating you over there in the UK at the moment?
It's fine. I mean, I've only been home a day because it's
Mm,
festival season over in Europe, so we tend to spend quite a lot of time away over the summer, just flying here and there, doing different festivals and stuff.
mm,
So I, it's quite enjoyable for the most part. I mean, there's
mm.
some travel days that are harder than others, but
Yeah.
it's kind of nice. Well, you get to see some cool stuff. And yeah, it's also nice to get home for a few days just to do your washing and go out for a few days and do a few things around the house that need doing and things like that. So it's yeah, it's all good.
Mm, mm. And you guys have been touring for a long time, and you're known for having a pretty comprehensive touring circuit when you do it. How are you feeling with after all this time just doing the touring circuit? Does it ever feel sort of a little bit kind of almost Groundhog Day because there's been so many tours, or is it still special each time? So just sort of curious about that.
Um, it's not. I wouldn't say it's Groundhog Day-ish. I mean, I look forward to different parts of it.
Mm,
Um, enjoy different parts, and everyone's different. Everyone enjoys different parts of it.
mm,
Uh, for me, I'm not a particularly social person.
mm.
But the hardest bit for me is being squashed in a space with quite a few people for extended lengths of time.
Yeah.
I tend to be quite insular, but I enjoy seeing different things and
Mm,
uh, you know traveling around. I don't enjoy the actual travel, but being in different places is
yeah.
pretty nice. No, it's not Groundhog Days because every time you tour with different people and different bands. I mean, we're the same guys in the band, but you
Mm,
get to hang out with different people with different life experiences, different music, and it can be an eye opener. We just did the second part of our European tour with a band called Coven,
mm,
CWN, so Coven, I think it's pronounced. Kind of a newish band, and
mm,
yeah, it's interesting. They were really cool. I watched them every night, and it was, sometimes it's just really nice to connect and be excited by something.
mm,
And
mm,
that happens on tour quite a lot.
mm. That's fantastic. And in terms of for yourself, like if you're feeling like, do you have any sort of strategies to manage that when you're feeling like you've been too kind of sardine, tin can, like jammed in with too many people? Do you just sort of let the guys know, look, man, I've got to go for a walk or go to a gallery or something? Like I'm feeling the pinch a bit here with being surrounded by too many people for too long. Is there anything you sort of ways that you sort of help yourself manage that when you're on tour?
Yeah, we all do.
Mm,
And I think that's one of the secrets to our longevity and the same
mm,
guys band is it's not all the reason, but it's one of the reasons is you know how much space to give each other.
yeah.
You know when to push, you know when not to push, you know when to leave someone alone.
Mm,
And we all do very well. So it's like, yeah, I'm probably the most insular one of the
mm,
group. So I tend to be in my own world a lot,
mm,
headphones or whatever. And other guys are the opposite. Another guy will be opposite, and other guys will be in between that.
mm.
So Nick, our singer, loves to talk, as singers do.
Yeah. Funnily enough.
And he's kind of like the life and soul of the party,
Yeah.
which is it's cool, it's great.
Mm,
He makes everyone laugh. And sense of humor is important when you're away for extended periods and stuff. So it's yeah, everyone has their own thing. Everyone has their own thing, and whether it's music, books, games, films, uh, galleries, walking around, whatever it may be.
mm,
Um, but yeah, you need your own space, of course.
mm. And on that note too, it's funny because you're saying humor is important, and I
Mm.
feel like because you guys are steeped in such, although you've spoken in many interviews, you guys have all spoken in many interviews that hey, this is actually music that makes us happy, music that helps us feel good listening to it and playing it. Um, it's also interesting, mentioning things like humor and socializing and that sort of thing when a lot of people look at things like gothic rock and doom metal, and the trope is these sort of, people might expect you guys to be mopier or depressive or anything like that sort of. For me, that's kind of the superficial archetype of what someone might think of a band like Paradise Lost, and I'm guessing the reality is quite different.
It is quite different. We kind of we take the music seriously, but everything that surrounds it, we kind of don't take too seriously.
Mm,
Um, and yeah, I mean, there are elements of um, darkness to people's personalities, but that's across the board. Everyone's like that. Everyone has, shades of grey in their personalities. Um,
mm.
Again, our singer Nick, his nickname is Moans within the group because he likes to moan a lot, but none of it's serious. It's not serious. I can be pretty miserable and stuff a lot of the time, but it's
Mm,
it's all with a pinch of salt, really. I mean, I think
mm.
the reason why we gained a reputation for being a bit miserable within the band circuit, festival circuit, things like that, it's not because we are, it's because we're not big buddy guys.
Yeah,
Like American
yeah,
guys, all hanging out together backstage and high-fiving and whooping and stuff
yeah.
all day long. And we just kind of sit in a circle, just talking
Mm,
to each other. And
mm,
we're kind of known for that.
mm,
But that's our thing.
mm.
It's like if you had a huge festival of plumbers, you wouldn't get all plumbers hanging out with each other. It's just because you're a musician doesn't mean to say you hang out with other musicians. It's not the
Mm.
point. But no, no, we don't take it the life around the music too seriously because it's. I mean, it is Spinal Tap it on
Yeah,
the head. It is very that. So you
yeah.
you take it seriously at your own peril, really.
Yeah, do you feel like that's often like you guys actually being able to just engage with each other like that, not necessarily having to have, go out and rage over every single tour date. That's got to add to the longevity too as well.
What raging? You mean like
Like
partying and
going
stuff?
out partying, going hard, getting munted.
That happened a lot a long time ago. I
Yeah.
mean, 80s, 90s, early 2000s.
Mm,
It was constant,
mm,
constant party, probably. But it gets old.
yeah.
It just gets and I don't know. It's probably with age as well. You just want to slow down a bit or whatever. I mean, I gave up drinking 4.5 years ago.
Um,
Uh,
nice. Yeah.
just and then you get different things out of life. It's
Mm,
not. I used to think, and a lot of other people, I guess, when they're younger, think that you're missing out on something if you're
yeah.
not in the party.
Mm,
And these days, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I need
mm,
to be part of anything particularly. It's just like I've got a very inquisitive mind, and
mm.
that's enough. So
Yeah, that's great. And I think you've still got a source of stimulation and joy right in front of you, natural dopamine when you hit the stage.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Writing songs, going on stage, it's all good. That is the high point. Yeah.
In terms of that high point, does it feel like it's much the same in terms of, I guess, like the level of like when you're getting out on that stage, looking out at a sea of audiences, everyone's cheering for you guys as you take the stage. Do you feel like it's the same sort of rush, like a similar kind of you mentioned it's sort of like the high point. Do you feel that that high point sort of still maintained that kind of high over time? Like, is it still feeling as, I guess, as fresh or as energizing as it always has?
It totally depends on the gig.
Mm,
Each gig is completely different, which is what makes it interesting, I guess.
mm,
You meet different people, you're in different places,
yeah.
the audience reacts differently.
Mm,
Technical things can happen. I mean, for the most part, running up to it, walking on stage, there's still nerves and stuff. Not huge nerves about playing or standing on
mm,
the stage. More, you want everything to work right. You want
yep.
everything to look right and feel right.
Mm,
Uh, and I think if you don't get nervous about those things, even a little bit, I guess it means you don't really care too much.
mm,
Um, so yeah, we still we still get that rush of nerves and that adrenaline rush.
Mm,
And when you're on stage, if someone's like holding up a sign or singing your words back to you or whatever, yeah, I don't see how that can get old, really.
absolutely. In terms of things not getting old, it's been a decade since you guys have toured Australia, and my God, have some things happened in between now and then. So it's almost a completely not a completely different context. It's not like the terrain around us changed with lockdown and all that sort of thing, but the music industry is looking really different this time around. There's sort of a lot of differences, but for you guys, what are you looking forward to for the Australian tour, based on your last journey here?
Um, well, it's not an extensive tour. It's like three days,
Yeah,
I
mm,
think. Well, I
three
would have liked
dates.
to have done more, um, but it's just logistics. It's just how things work. That's why we haven't
Mm,
been there, you know. Um, no, I'm excited to go there because I mean, like 10 years. We've only done two albums in that time.
mm,
Uh, Obsidian and Ascension only last year. Um, so we have a lot to catch up on, really.
mm,
My set is obviously going to try and cover as much ground as possible, but we'll be promoting Ascension as
mm,
well.
mm,
I don't know, I'm excited to see how people react because a lot can change in 10 years. Like you say, your audience, you don't know what your audience is, who your audience is.
mm.
Uh, but we've had a really good, really encouraging response to us coming back,
Yeah.
you know. So I can only go off that,
Mm,
and
mm.
so I'm quite pumped for it, and finding out that Draconian are going to be playing together with us. We've never really played together,
Oh, really?
and yeah, and which is surprising, really.
Yeah.
We'll have been on bills, maybe, festival bills and stuff, but we've
Right.
never really any touring or dates together.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, I've just heard some of their new album and it sounds great. So
yeah.
I think that's going to be cool doing it with a band of peers, and making it a nice occasion, a nice show to go to.
Mm, mm. And in terms of coming over with something fresh, you guys do have Ascension that has released a fantastic album, mate. Really enjoyed that album. It's a great LP. I feel like you guys, for me, it sounds like you really intentionally went back a bit nostalgic and kind of pulled from different sort of creative threads across the discography. That's kind of my listener take on it. But for you guys, in terms of how's it been feeling and how's the kind of response to Ascension material when that's been played live?
Um, well, we've been opening with Serpent on the Cross, the track,
Nice.
mentioned, and it's just such a good opener.
Mm,
It, 'Cause it works on a few levels. It's got this very moody intro, a really heavy slow part, and then an upbeat part that just
yeah.
it kind of draws the audience in exactly as you want it to. So we're really happy with how that went. We've been on and off playing Salvation depending on the gig.
Mm,
Salvation is very slow. It's the slowest track on the record. It's
mm,
kind of a Christmassy song.
mhm.
Um, and yeah, that's really cool. And because we play it sporadically, people don't know when we're going to do it. So it's
Yeah.
you know, it's, so yeah, we're happy with the response. We've done a few festivals now. We did two European tours off the back of it. We've yet to go to South America, America with it, which we
Mm,
should be doing soon. When we go to Oz, we're doing Japan, China, and India on the way.
mm.
So yeah, I think the album's got a lot of legs, and we
Yeah.
intend to do that. We intend to keep it, play wherever anyone wants us to play it. And I think it, the kind of album that it is, it's it's it was written. Not all albums are written like that, but this album was very much written to be played live.
Right.
Uh, it wasn't so much of a like headphone album, which sometimes we do. We do a lot of
Mm,
tracks like
mm.
the majority of Ascension was, like you say, it was drawn on the inspiration. The initial inspiration was a period of our history from maybe 90 to 94, 95. The feeling of that era,
Mm.
not necessarily trying to recreate any album, but the feeling of that era. And all that stuff was kind of, yeah, live was its fortes, and that's what seems to be how it's working out.
Yeah. That's sounds fantastic, man. And in terms of, I'm just thinking about, obviously your sets, there's a lot of full album tours happening and 20-year of and 30-year of. It seems to be kind of the thing at the moment with a lot of tours, but with you guys having a sort of a more disparate set list. How does it feel for you? You mentioned, some songs being from headphone albums. Do you find it sort of feels different for you playing those headphone album songs live versus the, say, more made for, like, say, Serpents versus something from a more that's more intended to be listened to with headphones? Do you feel that there's kind of a difference there or not really?
Yeah, there's definitely
Mm,
definitely um, th- th- because the intention from the off is to make a song that's more moody or
mm,
meant to be something that as pure escapism takes the listener away somewhere.
mm,
It's not necessarily the right environment to play it in a club, or
mm,
it's maybe doesn't translate as well
mm,
as a song that from the off was made to be played in a venue.
mm.
Um, so yeah, there's a big difference, big difference. I mean, we found that out doing those album tours ourselves, not tours. We haven't really done a tour. When people play albums in their entirety, I really don't like that. We've
Mm.
done it. We've done it a couple of times, and I get it from a fan perspective that it's like maybe they haven't even listened to metal music since that album was made or whatever, and
Yeah,
it's
it's like a fan
they
service kind of nostalgia trip sort of thing.
totally
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
But we have seen when we do them. For instance, we did Gothic at Roadburn Festival,
Mm,
and as much as I enjoyed doing it, two or three of the tracks, it's like this is why we don't play these songs live,
right,
because it's kind of a you just stand and watch because there's nothing else you can do. It's
right.
they weren't meant to be people crowd surfing to them. There was never the intention. So to bring that out into the live arena doesn't really translate too well. And yeah, for the most part, we have at least one, two, three songs like that on every album.
Mm,
Some more than others, and like I say, Ascension is less that way. It's more
yeah.
geared towards a live sound thing.
Was that a conscious decision? Did you guys kind of do a bit of a review of your Discog or just sort of get together and go, why don't we make a little bit more of a purpose-built, like kind of built for purpose? Like obviously you're still writing and wanting to express yourself creatively and have like a lot of mood, tone, and atmosphere. But was it sort of a collective decision, or did that happen more organically with writing Ascension?
Well, writing Ascension was tough, I have to say.
Okay,
I tried to write it a couple of times and it didn't work out.
okay.
Hence well, it's not just the five. There's a 5 year period between Obsidian and Ascension. It's the longest time I've ever taken, which I don't
Mm,
necessarily think is a bad thing, especially for a band of our age.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but I did spend about 2 years of that writing the album. I had 7 or 8 tracks, and then just one day realized that I didn't like any of it and
Right.
didn't think it was working and scrapped the whole thing. And then took time out. And in the time out that we had, we were asked to do a couple of shows of Icon album in its entirety
Mm,
for an anniversary, which we did.
mm,
Uh, and relearning those tracks and remembering how we did things and the feeling around that time, not even just the songs, the feeling of that was of excitement, anticipation, whatever it
mm.
was around writing a certain way, gave me a much clearer vision of what I wanted to do. So that led on to Ascension then coming kind of thick and fast from a writer's perspective. So it wasn't intentional to write an album that's more geared towards live. It was just the period that inspired Ascension was more like that,
Yeah.
you know. So as a byproduct, then the album became that.
Mm. Mm. So it's sort of like the seeds were sown just through the process of like the time passing between the albums, and it, almost as though the previous LP might have been a bit of a springboard into Ascension in terms of the way you wrote it as well.
No,
No?
because usually every record we write, you
Mm.
one of the songs from the previous album you can see as a direct link between the albums.
Mm.
I'll give you a quick, for instance, we did a track called Beneath Broken Earth,
Mm.
or an album we had called Plague Within. And it's the only song like that on the album. It's brutally slow
Mm.
uh, doom. I mean, it's crazily doom-laden track. And it was written last minute, and it became my favorite song on the album. So as a result, we did the Medusa album after it, which then became this fuzzed out doom record. You know, and so you can usually see this correlation across our back catalogue, like one track steers an album a certain way, but that didn't really happen between Obsidian and Ascension. It
Mm.
started in the early writing process, but then all that was scrapped. And then Ascension was just taken as a totally separate thing. So that I can't draw a full line between Obsidian and Ascension apart
Yeah.
from it's the same playing it, you know.
Is that sort of the like kind of is that a bit of an oddity? Is that a bit of a rarity for you? Because you mentioned that there are links throughout the discography. Is that kind of like the breaking of a long thread, or is it sort of more a bit, there might be a couple of threads between albums and then a more standalone album, if that makes sense? Because
Yeah.
a lot of your albums can be quite stylistically different too.
Yeah. I think it's a breaking of a long thread, and it's not on purpose. It
Mm,
was just it was just because it's the first time that I've experienced proper writer's block, I think.
yeah,
I've had dry periods, as everyone does, where you're just like, okay, what do we do now? Maybe try this, maybe try that. Um, and that's always been my way. Like, take a few months out, reevaluate, start throwing stuff against the wall, see what sticks.
yeah.
Uh, Feels right. But that didn't happen with this one.
Mm,
Um, I had proper doubts as to whether I wanted to continue because I was like, this is like,
wow.
I think we've done all we can do.
Yeah, yeah.
And nothing is exciting me. And then we did the icon shows that I said, and all of a sudden, well, there was a big event that happened at the same time. Um, I think I've discussed this before, so I can say it. My older brother killed himself, Andrew McIntosh, by the way.
Ah,
He jumped off
yes.
a
I'm sorry to hear that.
um,
Yeah.
he jumped off a bridge the night before the last icon show.
Mm,
Um, and it all led me into this um, place where it was like, I want to recreate this other time
yeah.
now. I don't want to be now. I want to
Yeah.
be somewhere else.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
I think that leaked into it. I think the icon thing leaked into it. And just when I started writing it, I was having a lot of fun doing it. And
Mm,
that's the album title Ascension as well is a byproduct of that really because um it's to do with dissociative disorder, which is the modern um, psychiatric explanation for things like the ascension and nirvana and
mm,
things that people for centuries have tried to achieve. This
mm.
golden sensation, this out of body experience. Um, and I kind of had it, but it was dissociative disorder. So it
Yeah.
was like, so yeah, it was a lot of things culminated into pulling me back out of this writer's block.
Mm,
Uh, and yeah, and it was a hell of a process, but it was ultimately an enjoyable one.
Mm.
all said and done. And it's created a record that we're all having a great time playing live. So it's making something positive out of a negative, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for sharing that. And I am once again sorry to hear about that, but I am also very glad and grateful to see. It seems too, Greg, that that seems sort of inspired a bit of like rekindled, almost like a sort of like a rebirth, like a rejuvenation within you. Sort of the way that you're sort of speaking about things. It sounds like it's lit a fire as well.
Kind of. I mean, as you get older, you gain some kind of tranquility, some kind of acceptance with
Mm,
death and matters like that. But
mm,
yeah, it has spurred something in me, especially because my older brother was the reason I got into music. His record
yeah.
collection was the catalyst. Every note that I play comes from his record collection, you know, that I
Wow.
used to borrow and listen to. He got me into music, steered me into music, and yeah, I owe him a lot. And that is evident on the new record if you knew him and you know me,
Mm,
you know.
mm. I think that's a really, I've kept you long enough, mate, but I think that's a really nice and touching kind of sentiment for your tour. That if you're listening and you're a fan and you want to see some Paradise Lost, yes, you'll be seeing Ascension, and you'll be seeing it in its all of its nostalgia heavy songwriting glory, but you'll also be honoring a legacy too, and you'll also be alongside Greg and Co in part of their ascension. So I'm looking very much forward to getting my ear holes crushed by some UK doom, mate. So I'm looking forward to the tour in October, very much so.
Where are you based?
Melbourne.
Ah, okay, right, okay. I think that's the last day, is it? It's Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, I
I
think.
think
So
it
yeah,
may be, yeah, yeah. But I'm looking
yeah.
very much forward to it, man. So you guys take care, and we'll be there crowd surfing and banging our heads when you guys get here.
Okay, I look forward to meeting you there. Yeah.
No worries. Thank you, man. Thanks for the chat so much.
All right, cheers, mate.
Cheers. Bye. Okay, thank you so much to our friends at Nuclear Blast, and of course, the wonderful Greg McIntosh for joining us for a very illustrious and introspective discussion. Not really a usual musician interview, that one, and I always enjoy talking to the Paradise Lost guys because they have interesting perspectives on things. So, in terms of next steps, if you wanted to get yourself some tickets for Paradise Lost's upcoming tour, which I would recommend because there's only a brief run of dates and they may be a bit more closer to selling out than you might think. So, the upcoming tour for Paradise Lost went on sale for the 5th of February through davidroywilliams.com. The tour dates are as follows: Sunday, 18th of October 2026, they're playing at the Triffid in Brisbane. Monday, 19th of October 2026, they're playing at the Factory Theatre in Sydney, wrapping up the tour at Tuesday, 20th of October 2026 at Max Watts. We're putting out in an application to review that one, so we're hoping, fingers crossed, that we'll see you there. Might even have to get tickets, so you better hurry up because you might have more competition. Other thing I'd like to point out is that there are some limited meet and greet VIP packages still available. That includes a general admission ticket, access to a meet and greet session with the band, photo opportunity with Paradise Lost using your own phone and camera, limited edition A3 poster signed by Paradise Lost, official commemorative VIP laminate, priority access to the venue. So do be sure to head over to the link that is going to be in the blog post on our show notes for more. Okay, so if you've been listening along with recent interview episodes, you'll know that I've been doing a little bit of an inner strength check radio segment where we feature artists and bands, big and small. So we're starting off big here, considering it was none other than Paradise Lost. So let's head to America for some heavy hitters. ANTHRAX. They've just released the second single and video for The Edge of Perfection. This comes from their much anticipated album Cursum Perficio, which is out on September 18th, 2026. So, The Edge of Perfection, which has a interesting video clip, you'll see that in the show notes. It's the second single from their long-awaited 12th full-length studio album. It marks the band's first record in 10 years since 2016's For All Kings. Well, really, 10 years? Wow. Which debuted in the top 10 of the Billboard 200. The phrase Cursum Perficio is Latin for my journey has come to an end, my journey is over, or I complete my journey. It proves a propos for such a complete body of work. So the band drove into recording Cursum Perficio in earnest during 2022, working out of Dave Grohl's Studio 606 in Los Angeles. They carefully pieced together what would be this magnum opus, mining their history with reverence, delivering on fan expectations tenfold, and broadening the scope of their signature sound. Produced by Jay Rustin and ANTRHAX, the result is an album that's as angry, aggressive, and alive as their most celebrated fare. And if nothing else, you got to check out the cover art. It's something else. It's kind of like latter day Opeth on just a butt ton of PCP or something. It's wild. You'll be able to check out that video, all the dates you need, pre-order links, all that great stuff on the website. But for now, let's get thrashing. Love to hear your thoughts on the new singles so far. So that was The Edge of Perfection by US thrash metal veterans ANTHRAX. They've also got the other single, It's for the Kids, out. So the new album will be out in September, but you can have a listen to those, stream the tracks, and also check out the videos for those on our website. Now, next up, we're heading to a different part of the world. In fact, we're heading to multiple parts of the world. Melechesh announced their new EP, Sentinels of Shamash, back in February of 2026. This is one that I've circled back to, especially with their signing to Reigning Phoenix Music. So I'm going to read the brief from the artists themselves. So Melechesh have announced their brand new EP, Sentinels of Shamash, set for release on April 10th via Reigning Phoenix Music. So obviously it's out. The EP marks the band's first offering through their new label home and continues the Jerusalem-born, Netherlands-based Mesopotamian blackened thrash unit's long-standing exploration of ancient, mythic, and cosmic themes. So this new EP marks the band's first new music since 2015's Enki. Regarding the signing and the EP, the band have shared the following quote. "We're proud to have signed with Reigning Phoenix Music, a label run by true fans who deliver professionalism and a personal touch. After some delays which were not in our hands, and which we have now overcome, we're ready to present our new EP, Sentinels of Shamash. Unrelenting, diverse, and true to the Melechesh spirit. We know all about the anticipation and patience you all displayed, so we only deliver the best for you. Now, the focus is to play live everywhere and bring new songs to the stage, while continuing writing and reworking new material for the next, without limiting creativity." So we'll be able to get some links. You'll be able to get links to the EP, as well as the official lyric video for this track, which is a real ripper. I really enjoy this one. Raptors of Anzu, ANZU. This is Melechesh. Oh, how good was that? Always love me a bit of Melechesh, even if I pronounce it wrongly. Ripping stuff. It's a great EP, and I'm really looking forward to new material. So, congrats to the signing to RPM, boys. I know it's a few months late, but hey, better late than never. And all the best of luck in writing new material. Now, next up, this is a bit of an interesting one. This was a promo. I had a read of the release and went, oh, oh, okay, interesting. So, this is for ANNIHILUS Mundi. They are an independent band. They will be releasing their LP. It's 77 minutes. I'll do the read in a second, but it's a long album. It's an interesting one. I'm not normally into the sort of more trad, I guess, less extreme metal end of the prog spectrum. It kind of has to be fairly specific for me these days. Not as much of a prog kid as I used to be. However, I actually really enjoyed this one, and I got into it through the theme. So, genre-fusing progressive project ANNIHILUS Mundi is preparing to unleash the forthcoming sophomore full-length The Dead Sea Scrolls on November 6, 2026. The 77-minute-long concept album explores the personal lived experiences of composer and lyricist Daniel Salom. In a fusion of genres and art forms, ANNIHILUS Mundi reconceptualizes the album's central ideas through Hideaki Anno's notorious 1995 anime series Neon Genesis Evangelion and its subsequent 1997 film The End of Evangelion. Now, I'm really, really not an anime fan, and I'm sure a lot of younger anime fans would think me of something as an anime boomer. You know, I only like the kind of big hits, Ghost in the Shell, Neon Genesis Evangelion, but the end of Evangelion, if you've never seen that movie and you've never seen the ending, it's a trip. It's a trip, and it is layered in so much religious iconography, it's not funny. So I find that a very interesting take to be doing an album titled The Dead Sea Scrolls, based on your personal experience, interpreted through the lens of an anime classic. So, the track that we are going to feature today is called Absolute Terror. Enjoy the psychological terror through progressive metal.
You should decide to give
was an epic one. Lots going on. And I think what I'm going to do for the end here is just tone it back a bit. Just tone it back and also give some of you Doomsters a bit of fan service for our last track for the today, huh? How's that sound? So the last track that I am going to feature is also a previous release. This is for Corrosion of Conformity. They've just released a video clip for Baad, B-A-A-D, Man, the title track off the second LP. So they have a double LP that is called Good God / Baad Man. So there are a number of great tracks on that one. We're going to have all the information that you need, plus the very grindhouse Tarantino interpreted through desert rock video clip. So if that's intriguing, you'll be able to check out the clip for that. I really like it. It's a really cool clip. Plus, you can't go wrong with new COC, right? It's always going to be good. So it's available on all streaming platforms. And we'll have the album order link in case you want to nab yourself a nice physical double LP. Always good to have in the collection. So this will be our last featured artist for the day. Once again, Corrosion of Conformity, Baad Man, title track from the second LP of Good God / Baad Man. All right, I'm going to stop that. That joke's run its course. Here's the song.
No worry about no reaching out to one massive and crew. Father Warren, go and big up himself. PK, big up himself by your earth light. You don't know. More light, more strength, more strength, more strength. Real bad man.
radio segment for today, and indeed the episode. If you enjoyed this episode, including the interview or any of the featured artists, please check out our links and consider subscribing to our Patreon. Your support helps us keep the podcast and blog ad-free, cover our operational costs, and continue promoting music, leisure, the arts, and mental health. Patreon members also get access to a number of benefits, so if you'd like to support the work and be part of the community, we'd love to have you there. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, and as per my usual sign-off, peace, love, and grindcore. Take it easy, everyone. Cheers.